Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another film review. Tonight we're looking at 2024 horror film, a remake of a Swedish film called Speak No Evil, starring James McAvoy. Now, I've not seen the Swedish version. I would love to, but unfortunately, when I picked this up in London, they didn't have it. All they had was this new one, which came out in 2024. I think the Swedish one came out in 2022. Anyway, this is a amazing film. It's a great horror film. It's along the lines of a sort of little bit of Straw Dogs in there, and a little bit of folk horror in there at bits as well. It's an amazing film. It's about two families that meet on holiday. We've got our regular sort of family on holiday with their daughter, and they meet up with James McAvoy and his family. I'm not going to try and remember names because I'm terrible. I think that the father of the main family is called Ben, I think, and I can't remember. I'm just rubbish with names. I really am. It's just something I struggle keeping in. But anyway, they meet up on holiday, and Ben sees James McAvoy's family, and they seem a lot more outgoing, and he kind of wishes it for his own. I believe him and his wife have been having sort of problems, but they're a very sort of well-off family, and they live in, like, their American family living in London. He's some sort of he's in between jobs and stuff like that, but they're quite well off. And James McAvoy tells them when they have a meeting at dinner that he's a doctor and all this sort of thing. And they start to become sort of friends. James McAvoy's character is a very persuasive kind of character, and they've got a young lad who's got a disability, can't talk. Anyway, as the story progresses, they kind of like become friendly, and James McAvoy invites them over to visit them. They live in Devon in England. I think they're in holiday in Italy. And anyway, they go back, and we're in London with our Ben and his family, and he's struggling still to get work, and they get a letter from James McAvoy saying no, they really miss them, hope they can come out and visit them and spend a weekend there. And all this sort of thing goes on, and he that and the wife sort of says, well, maybe we should go then, maybe it'll do you some good. So they decide to go down there for the weekend, and it's this beautiful, wonderful farm that they live on. And it's just like, wow, it's stunning, the area they're living in. And then they sort of like start to notice a few differences, and how James McAvoy's family is a little bit not right. It's a little bit out there, and things start to unfold over the weekend, and it comes to pass that there's a lot of sinister and sadistic things behind James McAvoy's family, except the young lad, Ant, I believe his name is. I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to spoil it. But anyway, all these things sort of unfold while they're visiting. They act really strange and really bizarre, and all these kind of like wacky things. And Ben and his family struggle to come to terms with it, and then it comes for a real fight for survival. And that's all I'm going to tell you about the synopsis. Now, the pluses of this edition: it looks stunning. It's an amazing looking film. It's in the beautiful English countryside, so what else is it going to look? It's extremely well acted and believable. It's extremely fucking tense at times, and you find yourself saying, please, please, guys, get away, do this, and you just do, and you just feel for this family that have just come to sort of make friends, if you like, and they've just stumbled upon the wrong people. And it plays out like a real fight for survival, one family against another. Or are they a family? You know, you need to watch it and find out. I'm going to score this an amazing, awesome watch, and I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I loved it that much. It was so gripping. It was so amazing. It's got everything I love about a horror film. It's got scares. It's terrifying. It's well acted. It's absolutely great story. And it's just so James McAvoy, he has found his niche in life to be a horror actor because he's phenomenal in this. Absolutely amazing. He kind of makes the film, and it's just, you just feel for these family, you feel for these people, and you just want them to sort of like get away from the grips of James McAvoy, and all these bizarre things happen, and it's a very, very strange sort of concept of a film because you can see how easily they would be easily taken in by him because he's quite a friendly guy, and he's just really welcoming and really nice and outgoing, and if you're not like that, that's really attractive to you. And I think that's where they sort of like went along. But God, my God, I can't stop thinking about it. I've only just stopped finishing watching it, and I just thought, I just messaged my lad, said this film's a 10 out of 10. It's an absolutely amazing film. It's incredible. Absolutely loved it. And I just really, really want to see the Swedish version now. And I am going to keep my eyes open for it, because I'd love to pick that up. And I'm going to try and distance myself from this. So if I do pick the Swedish version up, I'm probably going to give myself a little gap, so I can't remember much of it. And when I do watch it, I'm going to remember that's the Swedish is the original, and this is a remake version of it. So I'm still going to try and treat it in its own merit. But what an amazing film. Wow, what a shocker. It's just such a good film. From start to beginning, it's just right to the end. It's really cool. It's quite long. It plays out for about an hour and 50 minutes. So it's quite a long film, but I wanted it to. I was enjoying it so much. I clicked to see how much time was left on the film, and I was only 50 minutes in. I could see there's an hour left, and I was like, yes. I didn't want it to end. It was such a good film. And I loved the direction it was going in. All these things uncover themselves at the farm and stuff like this, and you're just thinking, wow, really. And it's got all sorts of things in there, like almost like I said, Straw Dogs, and also a little bit like Wrong Turn, because it sort of turns out that this isn't the first time, sort of thing. So it just plays out in so many sort of ways, but it's just so well crafted film, and I absolutely loved it. Highly recommend it. Speak No Evil, 10 out of 10. And if you guys seen it, if you have, let me know down below. It's so cool. Now, this would have made my top 10 for 2024, but sadly, I didn't see it. I didn't get around to seeing it at the cinema, and I brought it in December, and I just didn't get a chance around to putting it into my top 10, but it most definitely would have been in the top 10 and more than possibly in the top 5. Really cool film. Highly recommend it. Till my next video, guys, please check out some other channels. Check out Horror Hands, Horror Geek, Man v Film, RS Design, Pizzlewell, I Am Ice Lord, The Maniac, Cat Watches Horror Movies, Grumpy Andrews, Haunted House. And a massive shout out to the lad. Till next time, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I see you all soon.